get into their discography with y'all tonight. We've only got 5 MVs, so this is gonna be pretty quick. Kaylee has given me the answer. It's Hoppipola. Okay, Hoppipola. Thank you. I am illiterate to some degree. So Kaylee says Hoppipola is a 4-member group debuted in 2019. They were formed on the show Superband, which they won. Lucy also formed on this same show and placed second. Their last comeback was in 2021. Oh, all right. Well, I don't want to make anybody sad, but I'm curious as to why their their last comeback was in 2021, and we are now in the year of 2025. So that's unfortunate. I hope it's I can't imagine it's because they went into the military, but Hobbit is their favorite Pokemon, obviously. Oh my god. No, Santa is a person of taste. I respect that. Great joke. You just, you know how to get me. Simon says they have 2 guitarists, a pianist, and a cellist. Ooh, wow. And 2 vocalists. Members are Jinho's cello, Il vocals and keyboard, Hyung Sang vocals and guitar, and Young So guitar as well. Very nice. I'm gonna have to copy pasta this into my text box here so I don't forget them. Hoppipola is one of my favorite going to sleep bands. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Cinnamon says their contract expires. It's Icelandic. Oh, okay, I did not know that. Appreciate that. Jazz says they were named after the Icelandic band Sigur Rós. Their song Hoppipola, meaning jumping into puddles. I am familiar with Sigur Rós, so I do like them. Jazz says one of the members is actually in the military right now. Okay. I was wondering if it was just because they had like military duties or not, but very nice. We are going to check out 5 of their songs. First one being About Time. Second one being another Korean song, which again I am not familiar with. This next one is Our Song, which if I have that correct, Let's. Okay, and Your Ocean is the final one. So, interesting stuff. All right, well, let's get into About Time. I'm curious to hear what they got. Okay, Hoppipola. Let's go. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. That voice break is so much fun. That cello is so nice.
찾긴 했을까요? 너무 깊게 숨어버려 슬프게 한 걸까? 난 불안했었죠.
Oh, this section is gorgeous. Ooh, nice guitar swelling. That's cool. All right. This is Hoppipola's About Time. Not the phase. Javanese says, I love how atmospheric and dreamy the song is. Yeah, I was gonna say not the fade. I was like, as soon as I heard the fade and then like obviously fading out the video, I was like, they're gonna end the song. I will say, for this song being well over 5 minutes long, it does not feel like over 5 minutes long, and I think that shows a testament to how well this song is written. So incredibly well put together. First thoughts vocally, wow, this was impressive. I think this was a very strong start for, again, not being as familiar with Hoppipola. Other than I know that Kaylee has done the Creep, the Radiohead classic song. They did a cover of that, and that was incredible. But I didn't really, again, have a lot of, I didn't have a lot of information beyond that. But this was so cool. I think there's a lot of cool comments that I can make about this. I really loved the different vocal compositions that both Il and Hyung Sang had. They both had really different like vocal tones in and of themselves, but I do love the fact that they when they come together vocally, they're so complementary. That was something I really noticed, that they can really stand on their own as individual vocalists, but I think really where that magic happens is when they harmonize together, or they're doing like different like vocal sections, is really where you get to kind of hear a lot more like diversity. You get to hear a lot more like dynamics to their vocals that I really loved. Especially that one section where you can hear, I'm pretty sure it was Hyung Sang's doing like those really like those big oohs, and then obviously you can hear Il just going absolutely insane vocally. He's got such a like warm, like mid-range tone that I really appreciated. And I like that they kind of traded off in that way. I will also give them both credit for like that vocal flip that they do, from like going from chest voice to head voice and doing like that falsetto tone. That is so difficult. And for them to do it with such ease, I think is extremely impressive. And again, it just shows off their type of talent and skill. And, you know, obviously I love Lucy. So for them to come in second is unfortunate, but I feel like this group is obviously a fantastic. So it makes sense. You know, it makes sense why they had won that show. And then, you know, not to even include like the cello. I was gonna say the cello was just so good. I feel like cellists always carry an immeasurable amount of emotion in the way that they deliver musicality. In Jinho, just I feel like even though he's not a vocalist in this group, I feel like the way that he plays cello is very indicative of what you could hear in like I imagine it almost as another voice in this group. So really nice. And I think it was cool to see Young So, and as well as that Jinho do that one section in the bridge where Young So is doing the like guitar swelling, which is basically where you are like controlling the volume, but as you're like playing like a note on the fretboard, you're basically treating it as like a violin sort of like swell. So I really appreciate that a lot. And I think it works out super well and was very complimentary. It almost felt like a violin, like cello section, even though it was played by guitar. I thought that was really awesome. But yeah, they do a great job with what they have. I mean, the songs feel so dynamic, and like again, didn't want this song to be over with. That's how much I enjoyed it. So, so that was great. This was a really good starting point for sure. So, definitely appreciate that a lot. No, Santa was pissed about the fade out. Resolve, you cowards. Javida says their creep cover really was fantastic. Woo. I big facts agree with that. Simmons says, I don't believe Young So was in the creep cover, so this was the first time you're seeing him. Very nice. Shout out to him. Very cool. And then Java says, I love a good classical instrument. Agreed. And everyone was agreeing with Cinnamon, saying that strings always have my heart. I will also fourth it on this. I love a good orchestral section. Give me that. That's always great. No Santa says the cello was beautiful, unlike the first time I got my hands on one. I always think about learning those, but I feel like that requires a whole new level of skills that I don't think I could possess. So maybe one day. But all right. We are keeping it moving. The next one we have is another Hoppipola song, and this is a shortened version, so I don't know what this is. It looks like it's enough, so let's check it out. This is already sounding good.
다른 누군가를 말 이젠 불안할 뿐인걸요. 내겐 어젯밤 그 순간보다 맘 아픈 건 없었죠. 사랑한단 말 그 말은 듣고 싶지 않죠. 사랑한단 말은 하지 마요. 안심시키려 거짓은 말아요. 노력할 필요 없이 그냥 지금 내가 필요했단 말 그거면 돼요. 그거면 돼요. 외면은 내게 남기고 간 게 참 많은 것 같아요. 내 맘은 이제 기억의 무게로 무너지죠. 나의 사랑은 많은 진심을 바라진 않아요. 하지만 이건 단 한 점의 거짓인걸요. 사랑한단 말은 하지 마요. 안심시키려 거짓은 말아요. 노력할 필요 없이 그냥 지금 내가 필요했단 말 그거면 돼요. 그거면 돼요. 사랑한단 말은 하지 마요. 나의 사랑을 속이려 말아요. 그냥 아무 말 없이 나를 안아줘요. 나의 마음은 그거면 돼요.
God, these lyrics. Oh.
사랑한단 말 그 말은 듣고 싶지 않죠.
Wow. Oh my God. This is Hoppipola's. I think it was enough. Is what I think I saw Cinnamon say in chat. If I have got the name wrong, let me know. Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, if this went on for like maybe another 30 seconds, I think I would have bawled my eyes out. I was like trying to focus on like the I was trying to focus on like the lyricism and stuff, and like, man, I think I don't know if it was who was it. Oh, Javanese says I'll sing like he's been through 1,000 lives of pain. Oh my god. Oh this it just oh man, it was so real. Like there's something like really raw about the way that they write music, and I think as a musician, part-time musician, also, you know, listener of a bunch of different genres, I feel like this one just something about their music I feel like is very emotionally driven, and I think you can tell in their writing process and style because like I've said it before here on the show, like I just feel like to me it's just like whenever you get goosebumps or those songs make you feel something and you read something on like the lyricisms or like, there's something conveyed in the music video that I think touches you, it's like, I it feels very universal in that way, and I think to me it's like always um it's always a special moment to be shared. I think not only I think in a live perspective, but just in general, when you have those songs that make you feel like a certain way or connect with you in a certain aspect. And I think it makes you resonate with the amount of like artistry and talent that is made. And so um I think this is great. I think this is up there with, like I said, I know I cried watching the IU MV with V, and that one made me upset, and I can feel getting teary eyed now listening to this song. It was just really incredible. I think the arrangement was beautiful. Like as I mentioned before, I love cello. I love that kind of orchestral arrangement. I feel like Jino adds this like really beautiful like emotionalness to these songs that I think, not to say that if he was not in the group or that it was without, like that the song would have a lessened value, but I just think there is just something about if you're listening to something sad and you add strings to it, it just makes it worse in the best way possible, I guess, if that makes sense. Like if you like to cry, awesome. If you don't, hey, that's fine too. But I feel like it further incentivizes that emotional drawing to the song, at least from my perspective. And so I think that allowed me to kind of immerse myself a little bit more. But as well as that, I really enjoyed again Hyung Sang and Al's vocals. I feel like they just mesh so well, but they also convey different emotions that I think this song is pretty representative of so far, in the sense of like again you've got like these really strong like heartfelt vocals from Ill in the song that I think he does such a great job with, and then you got these really like soaring highs that Hyung Sang does, and then when they meet together in that like middle ground is just so beautiful. So I really enjoyed that a lot. The guitar work was really nice. I loved, and this is maybe just like a pitch on me, and that's probably why I enjoyed it more too, is just like hearing them slide down like the acoustic guitar and hearing kind of the strings make that kind of like, I don't want to make it's not like a really a squealing sound, but just like you can tell that they're migrating chords down the fretboard. And so I just love that. That's just a little like complimentary thing that I think as a guitar player, you like to hear. But yeah, this to me is pretty flawless in my opinion. I think if you can get me to cry or feel emotion in that way, I think that speaks a powerful message. So great stuff. This was, what more could I say? I don't think. Cinnamon says, honestly, watching most of their live performances make me want to start crying. The emotions they convey is so amazing. Agreed. Javida says, there are some artists that can make me feel almost love a ballads, and one of them is Hoppipola. Another is IU. Fair enough. IU is a queen for that. Cinnamon says, I'm just someone who loves ballads the most, so finding their music is just so amazing. No skips at all. Sun just says no skips for sure. And Cinnamon says their discography is small but amazing and so powerful. Young So is an amazing guitarist. He specializes in finger picking style, I believe it's called. That is correct. You are correct. So I'll have to try to focus on some of those songs. I'd be curious to check out his skills on that, because that's also very difficult. So kudos to him. All right, we are keeping it moving. This is another Hoppipola song. This is our song. Let's check it out. With Briz. Ooh, okay. Oh, Briz. Okay, earbuds.
I'm losing my way. 나만 이런 건지 아닐 거라고 생각했죠. 그런 줄 알고 있던 거죠. Maybe I'm afraid. 눈물에 젖은 밤들도 이제는 살 수 없을 만큼 오래
Thank you, Kaylee.
된 거죠. Hold me now, hold me tight. 희미해진 So open up your eyes and see 수없이 많은 아픔이 우리의 눈을 가려도 잠깐이지 늦지 않아. So open up your eyes and see. Don't be afraid to walk alone. 아주 잠시만 흘러가도 좋다고. Like we never fall apart.
Oh, I like the cello string skipping. That's cool. Ooh, nice. Little tapping harmonics. Nice. Wow, what a long note. Nice. All right, I don't think there's anything else. All right, this is Hoppipola's Our Song. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. This was like I said, this has been all really great. I don't want to be a broken record and say this is also really good, but I feel like I'd be lying to myself if I didn't say I enjoyed this one as well too. I like the build in this song. I think that was probably about the best part of like the journey of the song, right? Like I think they took what they do well, and I think they have just continued like snowballing it down a hill, and then the ending of that song feeling very anthemic, as Sonja had said in chat. I think it really kind of, comes more full circle, and I love that. Some little tidbits about the song that I really appreciated. That long note from Hyunsang was insane. That was very impressive. Especially to kind of again keep that same tone, keep his like not going sharp or flat in that part of the song was really impressive too. So again, showing off his vocal skills. I love that, like, I don't know if it's technically, again, I'm not a cellist, so I can't say for certain, but like the way that they were like kind of skipping like strings and doing like more like arpeggios on that cello fretboard was really sick. So shout out to Jinho, crushed it. I love that section. It was super cool, like kind of like that like rocking motion with the bow, really sick. But I also got to give a shout outs. I know Cinnamon mentioned about like the finger style guitar playing, but Young So's guitar work was so cool in this. I love the two-hand tapping. It's used a lot in like finger style guitar playing. I have watched countless videos on it, but basically what he is doing is there are harmonics on the guitar fretboard, and basically the way that his capo is laid out, he is like tapping on the harmonics in like, you can do like, there is a like line of harmonics on the guitar, but he's actually doing like some of the harmony notes meshed up with like that guitar playing. So that is again extremely difficult. So I think in terms of the styling, I think it was really really cool. And obviously him using like the that along with like kind of the percussive nature of like him playing guitar was really cool. If you want to check out some really cool like percussive guitar work along with that sort of styling, I would highly recommend one of my favorite guitar players, Andy McKee. It's MCKEE. He does a lot of that cool stuff. There's tons of great artists out there that do like really interesting guitar work like that. So if you do like Young So's guitar work, I can almost be assured you will enjoy Andy McKee's guitar work because he's an incredible guitar player. But yeah, this was very cool. Definitely more like technique driven in some capacities, but felt very anthemic, and I really liked it a lot. Also, I don't know, maybe it's my ears playing tricks on me, but it kind of sounded. Again, I don't know the chicken before the egg happened because this happened 4 years ago, and I don't have any idea of when. Oh, okay. I kind of figured. Wait. Okay, so is this? Chad can correct me if I'm wrong. So this is a Hoppipola song. Am I correct on that? Because it kind of gives me. I was kind of getting, ironically enough, some Lewis Capaldi vibes from this song, and I thought I was having an aneurysm, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't a Lewis Capaldi song because there was definitely some melody choices where I was like, "This feels very Lewis Capaldi," and it's funny that they covered Lewis Capaldi on this section. So compliments, if anything, because I love Lewis Capaldi. No, says I was going to ask if this was a cover. I was going to say it felt very much like Someone You Loved a little bit. So that's why I was a little bit confused, but glad I was not the only one who thought that. Jazz says those were links to other performances they did for the show. Okay, very nice. Yeah, it felt very loose. Melody wise, that's what I was thinking. But excellent song, regardless. If it was, I'll have to check out the covers now, just for frame of reference. But very nice. All right, we are keeping it moving. This is Hoppipola's Let's. Next. I am ready for a vibe change, Jazz. Why is this in like really garbage quality? Holy shit. All right, we're going.
I sit in my car 무작정 떠나 네 주위를 봐 놀라지는 마 yeah. 길고 긴 시간을 달려서 저기 바다가 보여 새로운 풍경과 사람들 이제 나는 떠날래 Look at the stars 별이 빛나는 밤 하늘 좀 봐 우린 뭘 놓치고 살았는지 좋아하고 미워하는 건 다 지쳤어 오늘은 다 잊고 즐기자 아무도 우릴 모르니까 Let's sit in my car Get out of this town Let's sit in my car Get out of this town hey. All day baby all night long 우리 노래 부르자 All day baby all night long 우리 꿈을 꿔보자 Let's jump in my car 모래성을 짓고 무알콜 한잔 취할 것만 같아 기분 좋은 밤 기분 좋은 vibe 이 음악 제목이 뭐지 상관없어 춤추면 돼 Let's sit in my car Get out of this town Let's sit in my
Javanese, no.
Get out of this town hey. All day baby all night long 우리 노래 부르자 All day baby all night long 우리 꿈을 꿔보자 Sit in my car Get out of this town Sit in my car Get out of this town hey. All day baby all night long 우리 노래 부르자 All day baby all night long 우리 꿈을 꿔보자 멈춰보자 Say all day all night long 함께 노래 부르자 Say all day all night long 우리 춤을 춰보자 Sit in my car Get out of this time Sit in my car Get out of this time All day baby all night long 우리 노래 부르자 All day baby all night long 우리 춤을 춰보자 Sit in my car Get out of this time Sit in my car Get out of this time All day baby all night long 우리 노래 부르자 All day baby all night long 우리 춤을 춰보자 Sit in my car 오늘은 떠나자
All right, this is Hoppipola's Let's. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Java has killed me with their comment. Oh god. Oh, that comment earlier. This video is cute, but it also makes me laugh because I just imagine she's four timing them. So it says, bye. I never thought about that. Java, this actress they got is pretty calluses. I never read the subtitles, and I always thought they were telling me to go sit in my car. Java says this song has a full-blown Western sound. I could agree. Jazz says the every group needs a islandy vibe song. Prophecy continues. I was gonna say, I feel like there's almost always a we need to have a summerish type song, you know, or an islandy sort of song. I think I have mentioned this before, but I'm glad you pointed it out because I feel like there's almost always that's almost always the case. But I like this song. Like I said, it's not crazy. It's not reinventing the wheel, but I feel like it does have what Hoppipola does well, which is like those cello section. I feel like would differentiate it from the, like, if I put all of the so-called islandy vibe sorts of songs in one large playlist and did not look at, like, you know, the Spotify, or I didn't look at anything, hit shuffle, and I just played it, like, I feel like I would be able to discern this song from some of the other ones, which is great. Vocally, I think this was solid as well. Nothing too crazy, but I think it works out really well. But yeah, really solid song. I think, again, the cello stands out to me the most in this song. So shout outs to Jino. Great stuff. But yeah, nothing outrageous from my camp here. So very nice. We are going to keep it moving. No says, are you subjecting yourself to another Saturday? I will potentially be doing that, so I'll keep y'all posted. But yeah, I believe so. If not, I might do a little bit Friday potentially. I'll have to figure it out, but I know I'm doing something one of these days this weekend. So we are keeping it moving here. The next one we have is Your Ocean, so let's check it out.
우리 바다 갈까 오늘 하늘이 어떻든 그냥 단둘이서 저 멀리 다녀올까 해가 지면 어두운 밤이 찾아오면 우리는 그렇듯 밤새 떠들다 잘까 난 절대 변하지 않을 거야 이토록 간절하니까 네 맘 지쳐 겨울비 내리면 부디 이 밤 우리 지금 기억해줘 나는 눈을 감아 너의 맘속 바다 깊은 곳 한편에 잠겨간다 네가 있는 곳으로 너는 깊은 바다를
the cello and the guitar are matched up.
나는 너의 바다 그 위에 비가 될게 언제라도 내려와 내게 잠겨 널 안아줄 수 있게 햇살이 널 비출 때 나에게 웃어줄래 이제 널 놓지 않아 난 떠나지 않아
Ooh, that little cello run. Oh, that was wild.
이제서야
Oh my god.
너의 바다가 보인다 우리 바다 갈까
Man. All right. This is Hoppipola's Your Ocean. Those says I've been hoping he'll break out some plucks in one of these songs. I could hear a little bit. There was definitely some plucks at the beginning, which I thought was nice, but this was Your Ocean. If you're hanging out. This is a great end cap. I think that their arrangements in this song are really amazing. Like, I think they do a great job of, again, setting that expectation of great building. You know, I think they do a great job of adding those building blocks in sections where it doesn't feel like you're and not to say I feel like you would get overwhelmed just given the type of material that they write, but I feel like it's so sequential in the way that like the song progresses, the way that you kind of take in certain aspects of the song. And I think they just kind of continue to build off that until you get a really great like a really great strong point in the musicality. And I think that is incredible. I genuinely was like, oh man, like I really enjoyed Hyun Sing's vocals in this section. And then like we got Ill's next part of the song, and I'm like, oh my god, his vocals sound really great. And then we got like some really great cello work from Jinho, and I'm like, oh, that's phenomenal. And then Young So had that awesome guitar solo, and then like Jinho came in towards the end and matched up some of that stuff. And then you've got like that little bit of crazy like cello run at the end of the song, and like, you know, the vocals like harmonize together and they just add that sort of like impact to the end of the song. And like it feels very like closing a chapter at the end of the song. And I think that if they could cross every T and dot every I, they have certainly done that in so many spades in this song. And I love that. I think it feels very encapsulatory to what I think I have learned about Hoppipola just in about an hour-ish or maybe a little bit longer. But wow. I think this is such a wonderful song. And, you know, obviously much to everyone, I wish their contract was longer and they could be continuing to make music. I know that some of them, from what I saw in chat, they're making their own stuff, and that's awesome. But I hope eventually at some point they'll all come back together and write some stuff. But wow, what a group. I feel like this is one that has been asked for a lot, and we hope that, you know, I hope I was able to kind of do some of those justice, certainly. So great stuff. Fantastic. Some comments real quick. Let's see what we got. Javida says the instrumental section is so good for you. And Simmons says Young Sing's no into Young So's guitar riff. I agree. Love that part. Cal also agreed this part. Simmons says the way everything about this band just blends together from voices to their instruments. And then Sundra says I'm in love with their voices and arrangements. Agreed. Just love their instrumental tracks, just as amazing. And honestly, like I like some of them even better than the ones with lyrics. Ooh, okay. And it says Jess says they've always said that they come back. Hopefully it happens. Yeah, I hope so as well. And Simon said they'll recommend some in some chaos streams. We love to see it. So very cool. Favorites, I don't think I could pick a favorite if I'm being honest. If I had to say one that I didn't really resonate with, would probably be Let's, but that's again still not a bad song. I think Gunky had mentioned it in the previous stream, but just like you could love it's for Exonary. We mentioned it for Exonary Heroes. Like I feel like you could give us all of their songs in a discography in terms of their title tracks a 10, and there's gonna be one that you don't like, but that's like a 9 out of 10. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. But I don't know if I could pick a favorite genuinely. I think they all have their own merits in terms of their title songs, but I feel like if I had to pick an ultimate, I feel like Your Ocean feels the very I feel that is the one that resonated with me the most. So I'd probably say Your Ocean. And that's not by recency bias. I feel like I really enjoyed that song so much. Um Simon says picking a favorite seems cruel. I agree. Jonathan says, man, military service really does fuck with these bands too. With K-pop groups, you pretty easily lose a member to the military for a little while, but with bands, you're losing a whole instrument player. I was gonna say that does hurt. That does hurt. So, Jazz followed that up and says, not too sure about the month, but next year for sure. Oh wow, okay. So we'll have to check them out when they come back. Harmony says, I say this in a positive meaning. Their music is so painful. Again, I mean that positively. Beautiful, but makes me cry almost. I was gonna say I felt emotional to this, so I get it. And Java says, or you're the losing your soul singer. I was gonna say that's worse. I think if you're losing a singer to the service, that's crazy. But I'm glad we got into Hoppipola. We are going in a absolutely different direction with the next group.